Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Brian, Kyron, how you guys doing?
I'm doing great. Feeling blessed.
Nice.
Yeah, healthy, not sick yet. Don't want any winter.
I'm gonna say yet.
colds or
You
flu.
can't have that kind of attitude, Brian. You can't say yet.
I say that because when I woke up this morning, I thought I was coming down with something, but it was nothing at all. So I was like, oh no, here it comes.
Oh, that's good.
Y'all trade
Sorry,
anything?
chill, buddy, but I cannot do that for you. No can do. Move down in the markets overnight across the indexes. We had the really big move down after FOMC, which we were streaming that day, but obviously we didn't stream for FOMC. We got a really big dump post FOMC, which the rate cuts were as expected. But I think the thing that led to us moving down was the Fed stated that they are now expecting less frequent rate cuts in 2025 as they originally were. So the market dumped really hard off that news. Strong move down overnight tonight. Then we had some PCE data that came out about an hour ago, and it gave us a little bit of a bounce so far. So should be an interesting day in the markets. How's gold? What are you guys looking at?
Gold. I scored on gold in London earlier today. How about you, Kyron?
Nice.
So I actually took one trade on gold today. It was actually a break-even trade. And that I actually haven't been trading gold as much as of late. I've been looking at NAS more just because the volume on NAS has been quite crazy the past couple of days.
Yeah, he's coming. We're bringing him over, baby.
Yeah. Caught a nice NAS buy yesterday before that sell-off down. And then was in for a portion of the big sell move that we had prior to FOMC. So I've been definitely liking the volume.
You caught some of the short?
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. Okay. Nice. I like it. Brian, do you want to show? I actually caught an NQ trade last night. If you look, I'll show you the daily chart and kind of what I was looking at. But I've talked about a 3-bar play a few times on the stream, which is a trend bar followed by an inside bar, preferably near the highs or the lows. So you can see on the daily chart, we had a bearish 3-bar play setup. We got the really strong move down post FOMC. Then we put in yesterday a range day, an inside bar that, towards the end of the day, we pushed back towards the lows, but we never even tagged the low from Wednesday. So put in this 3-bar play. So overnight, when we opened, I just had an overall bearish bias. So I basically took a short right at the market open last night and just held it. Let's see, when did we open? 18. So this was where the market opened last night. Right here. So I just took we opened, got this little pull down, a little push up, and I just took a short right in here, added to it once, and then I held it all night and closed. Took half profits, and then I held the rest down to these lows here. So got a nice move overnight. But I'm interested to see, this bounce has me thinking that longs could potentially be on the table, but I'm not married to them yet. I could still see the short bias playing out. You guys have a bias for today that you're watching? Also,
I
Brian,
know.
yeah, which just shows your gold.
I've kind of done away with the bias lately. Hasn't really played to my advantage or disadvantage. So, you know, I think it's healthy to believe in it. I think it's healthy not to, as long as you have a justified reason of what you're doing.
Sure,
Yeah, that trade I was bragging about, it's rather easy. You know, again, here's a 4-hour key level that I've been focused on lately. It hasn't moved. And during the intraday of London, I realized when we were around the London Open, I recognized this little 15-minute point of interest and simply grab that red candlestick right there. It's kind of small. I guess people can see it. Carvin, you're a gold trader, so I shorted that right between levels. I grabbed it at the bottom of that red candle when it closed. As the green pushed back up, I just simply basics, man. I set my stop loss. Initially, my stop loss was pretty much at the key level. I wanted to keep it tight in case it ran up too quickly. It bounced around, allowed me into a second position on that green candle. Then it posted up over my 4-hour key level, and not a no-no, just more my game plan is I reestablished my stop loss above that high right there, where I would really do it. Once I knew I was in the position pretty decently, I had confidence it was going to go up there, so set a safety stop. Once it tested that level and flew back down, I added even more lot size to it. So just coasted that sucker all the way down, and literally I started partialing out right there on that little 15-minute point of interest. Easy speasy.
Nice.
For me, it was in that pullback that I actually took a short on gold right within that candle on the 5-minute time frame. After the 5-minute close bearish there, I took a short. And after we broke through the low, right there next to it, I moved stops to break even, and then at the open, we got that spike down, and then this fill back up that took me out at break even.
On pullback, you talking about the two big ones here? These two big candles?
Yeah, so that's
five?
the 15-minute time frame. Yeah, on the 5, I got in as the 5-minute candle closed bearish, and then set my stops above that candle, and looking for it to run into that demand zone to the left hand side. I can show you if
you can show us. Looks like you took that.
Let's see. Oh, there it is. Okay, so yeah. So price had pushed through this lows here. It corrected back up into this level. Once this 5-minute candle closed bearish, I went and took my trade there. And so after it broke through this low over here, because I wanted to see a flip. Now I knew that price had been creating these higher highs and higher lows, and where it came down to, I would have loved. I'm telling you, it happened all in of 20 seconds. This move here, I would have loved to take profit at this area had I been able to like see the rejection, but you could just see it on this 1-minute candle. This 1-minute candle literally on the open pushed down and bought up immediately. Within 20 seconds, it was at break even. So there was no modifying it from there. And then it also didn't leave me any room to actually take buys from this level, because why this is, if you go to the 1-hour time frame, you'll see this starting bullish candle for the break of the high. So I always trade in the direction of structure generally. So we got a high, a low, a high, a low. It broke through. This is the high. This becomes the key low. It broke through the previous high and corrected right to that starting bullish move, and then pushed and broke through the high, creating this and kind of filling into this supply zone up here. But it happened so fast. Like normally on an average market structure, I get like a 5-minute bullish close at this level, bullish engulfing, and then I'll be able to execute from there. But it just happened so fast. There was no getting it within that 1-minute candle. So kind of letting it run up here. I want to see how it reacts within this level. But currently the volume is bullish. So I kind of been taking into account that whole no bias thing, just going based off of what the structure is. The structure right now is in a bullish wave. and nothing yet has indicated that it's going to flip, but this area is an area of interest for me here. But yeah, a relatively calm week. I got, let's see, yesterday.
You see the falling knife yesterday for gold? Did you catch it? You didn't catch none of that, huh?
No, I didn't
is
trade.
open?
See, I didn't even trade gold yesterday. I traded NAS. So yesterday, for the New York or the London session on NAS, I took buys. Let me see. Okay, so it was within this structure. Here's where I got my buys. It was just on the 5-minute time frame. Okay, within here. So price had pushed up, created a high, created a low, created a new high, came back down into my demand zone. And when this 5-minute candle closed bullish, I went ahead and took buys on NAS and set my stops below this low. And I closed within here. When price pushed up, we pulled back. These candles started to close bearish. I went ahead and closed my positions. So it was a relatively decent trade yesterday. I wanted to see a steeper move up to fill this gap up here. We had a gap that I wanted to see push up, and I would have loved if price could have went long there, but no, we continued to sell down. But I ended the day after that trade. So today we're still in an overall bearish structure, I believe, but we got a lot of bullish volume currently.
Yeah, I'm waiting on something to turn around on gold right now on that run. Ahmed had a question. Can we trade the DXY on FunderPro? I believe that's the dollar index. The dollar index, I don't think is on FunderPro's market.
I think you can. Well, let me see, because the dollar, I had the dollar.
Oh, is it listed as another ticker?
I think it's just the dollar. Let's see.
Yeah, it's called dollar, I think.
Okay.
Under the indexes, yeah.
So the answer is yes. But and Andrew, hello Andrew. No open positions at the moment. I traded the London Open for a few hours and profited out on a short, currently waiting for gold to do a reversal. And then I'm looking for a short on gold.
Darius, are you referring to the AMA account giveaway winners? Darius? I'm assuming that's what you're referring to. Did you win one? You should get an email from support reaching out to you. Part of me wants to consider US30 longs today. It has had its longest red streak since 1974, I think.
Dirty.
I don't like to fight a trend, but I feel like it's been beaten up pretty good that it's due for a solid bounce one of these days.
You say US30?
It does look like the strongest index out of the gate. So I'll be keeping an eye on that. See if we can get back above yesterday's lows.
Let's go top down. Oh yeah, you said the longest red streak. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so I think it's the Dow, which would be US30, has, I think it's had a red day the last 9 or 10 days in a row, something like that, which is the longest streak since how many days is that? Yeah, longest red streak it's had since 1974.
Oh wow.
decades
So
ago.
we bounced off of some lower levels pre-market. I don't have a ton of levels in the area, so I'm keeping an eye on yesterday's low. We're kind of right there right now. If we can get above yesterday's low and then kind of retest it from above, I consider longs. Prince Sharma, can you help recovering $300 loss on a 5K account with a lot size of 0.05 to 0.07? What do you mean by help recovering that? As in, like, tell you a good trade, or
get their money back?
Yeah, because I can't do that. To be honest with you, I trade 0.5 to 0.07 lots on a 25K account. So, I mean, that sounds like kind of a decent size, depending on, I guess, your style. Oh, they announced the winners on, you had to be on the AMA yesterday.
You can go back and watch the last couple minutes of the video on the FunderPro.
Yeah, they spun a wheel yesterday at the end of the AMA. It's on YouTube if you want to go check it out. But yeah, if no one's reached out to you, it probably wasn't you. Some good trades. Yeah, I mean, I just told you what I'm watching. But we're gonna stay patient. The market's in an interesting spot. Pretty big move down overnight, and we've seen a decent bounce, but still a pretty big gap down. So I mean, the trend is on the daily, or however you want to look at it, the little bit of a larger time frame is definitely down. The kind of like, if you look at the 5-minute, 2-minute, 15-minute trends, they're kind of starting to try to flip into an uptrend. On NQ, I have a level 21,255 on the NQ chart. On the NAS chart, it's 21,046 on TradeLocker. So for me to do anything on NAS, I would want us to be above that. At a level below here, I'm kind of stuck in between two levels on NAS, so staying hands off there for now. So staying patient. In regards to your question about finding some good trades, Prince Sharma, my just piece of advice is just stay patient. You don't got to make the $300 back right this instant.
Mm-hmm.
Wait for a good opportunity.
Or just say, hey, it's Christmas, and go for it. All chips in, man.
F it, we ball.
Don't take that advice.
Kyron, you watching NAS or gold today? And Brian, are you watching anything on gold specifically? Hato asked.
I am.
Want to show what you're watching for?
Speak, but in short, we had a viewer ask or make a mention of something here. Gold. Who? Well wisher. Gold is at the 1 hour order block. I will call it what you will. It is at an A block. You caught me zoomed. You caught me zoomed out. I was trying to actually redraw that a little bit. I have some 4-hour zones so close together that it bothers me, but that's life sometimes. We have this huge daily key level, and we have this big what's up area. Something's going to happen. That's right where it's thinking about turning right now. I mean, that's really all I have to say about that. It's a wait and see, right, Kyron? Just wait and react to it. But I am looking for a short, and I'm going to short the heck out of it. If you don't believe me, when this thing turns around, if I see a good setup, I'm going to go in like 5 to 6 lots.
Ooh, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Ryan's ready to send it, baby. I like it.
Bring the viewers in. Watch it happen, or watch me lose.
US30 is just above yesterday's low now. I'd like to see us push above and retest from above. NAS, SPX, the Russell, all strong pushes to the upside right now.
Yeah, I think gold is definitely at an interesting level. I like where it's at.
Yeah,
for
it's
a decision.
anybody's game right now. What do you have to say about it, Kyron? Did you match up to what I kind of?
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. I agree.
The chart don't lie. Yeah, it's funny, right? Like, did you notice? Zoom in a little bit. So we have this this section here, rather big, and we have this one here. I sort of hate it. My personality is I hate it when that happens. So I will put kind of just a little bit of a reminder to myself that that's happening. Probably make it like a dotted line in a different color altogether. Because that happens sometimes with gold. I'm on the 15-minute chart. I know when I zoom out, I can find other areas like that where you have two globs of a point of interest and they're right hovering near major key levels or support and resistance zones, and and then price comes up and kind of snuggles right in the middle of it there where it's currently at. And you can make a lot of imagination ideas with my drawings there. I meant that in a bad way.
Let me pull up.
For that US30, however, I am scared of that. I've never done good at it, and every time you speak of it, the hairs kind of go up on the back of my neck. You know,
coming from the guy who's ready to throw 5 lots on gold. I'm just kidding.
Hey, but I know gold, man. Gold is like my cousin or my brother.
Yep, that's true. That's true. SPX tagged yesterday's low, currently giving us a little bit of resistance. US30 is above. Haven't gotten a retest from above yet, but it's above yesterday's low. NAS has not gotten there, but it is above my level. So watching to see if we can get a level retest on NAS.
NAS. Yeah, I've been liking NAS the past couple, I want to say for the past 2 weeks. I've been really inclined to trade in NAS. Just especially during this New York session.
Yeah, for sure. US30 now giving us a test of yesterday's low from above. See how it reacts.
Kyron, with everything you and I are talking and thinking on gold right now, what chart time frame are you more intrigued to look at, or are you sharing it with the 5, the 15, and the hour and so on?
The 15. So this 15-minute candle is about to close in the next 2 minutes, but I'm keeping in mind that the 4-hour candle, at least on Trade Locker, is going to close in the next 15 minutes, and the current 4-hour is extremely bullish. There might be, depending on how this 15-minute candle closes, because like if this current 15 closes bearish, then we could see a steeper move down begin to start. I think it could be a corrective structure considering we just broke a high, and that means that the next 15-minute will close bearish, meaning that we would likely see for the next 45 minutes a correction at the very least, which I could capitalize on the sell after the 15. But I really want to see how, I think the next 4-hour candle will inevitably break this this current 4-hour candle's high. So I think the sell may be short-lived if we do get it. I do like the area that we're at. So if we get a smaller time frame shift, which would be for me like we start getting on a 5-minute lower lows and lower highs getting created, then we can actually see this run well lower. But as of right now, I can't fight the current structure. So if I'm looking to take sales, I gotta accept that it's gonna be like corrective until further notice, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Sure does. Now, I suppose US30 does very similar, price action, but just haven't trained my mind's eye on how to focus on it like Tyler, focusing on like NAS, US30, Bitcoin, anything of US. Tyler already knows
that
right where it's
grid
at.
view.
Your brain must just be like, your wife deal with this all the time?
Yeah,
or do you just talk
that's
about
right.
it?
Watching a US30 giving us the reaction. I don't know which one I went along, US30 or NAS. I'm gonna try a NAS long.
Okay, so on the 5-minute, Kyron, I like that red candle that just completed itself.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm tempted to start my short right now. The moving averages I have is the 50 and the 200. I'm sorry. Go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're fine. You're fine. You're fine.
Oh no, I was just filling in void time. So, it's a point of interest on the 5 minutes. It's showing positive activity for what I like. On the 15-minute, it finished a very similar red candle 1 minute ago. It's the same candle. No, it's not the same candle. Excuse me. I'm flashing through many charts, so I don't have to mess up the viewers. So the 15, I like the red that just finished itself. The rejection candle, I guess I wish that wick was on the other side of this 5 minute that completed a moment ago. It has a down wick, so to me that's a weak bearish or there's so many ways to slice that, but it's to me that's what I would call a red bullish candle. And when I say that, I'm talking. I know they have a name for that, and I'm not good with it, but I'm talking about this guy that guy right there that I'm on.
Like Doji.
Do you see the wick though?
Oh, okay. No, I do. I see you saying.
Yeah, and so far, so it's Anyway, that could just be a minor little pullback. I'm watching basically on the 15-minute. That's going to be probably my trigger chart. So, sorry, you were going to say something about it too?
Who, me? Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. So, I had to switch back to a white background for my.
I noticed that.
When we started the FunderProTv streams, I thought maybe the black background appeared better, maybe more clear, but I don't know. For what I like to trade on, I like to be on the white chart and I even like the grid lines a little bit. It helps me follow.
Yeah, I like the grid lines too.
Just lightly, I just like them just sort of out there in the fade, so I can make note of them if I need to.
I felt like I kept mine black because my eyes, like, I was generally in a dark room, and the white is just, it kills my eyes, feels like.
Yeah. So when we're doing this for like a 2-hour show and you're staring at the screen, I wanted as much black screen as I could for a while, but as of last night, I just got tired of the black because I kept them black here too, and I can't see the candles as much. But then okay, I'm trying to say I kept them black so I didn't want the white light to hurt my eyes. But I'm back to white now, man. I just see it better.
Do you normally have your candles green and red?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. I can see how that would be difficult. See, that's why I turned them to like blue and white a little bit. I don't know. I feel like I can just, I don't know, the brightness.
I'm a little superstitious too. If I have them anything other than green and red, I feel like it's not me. It's the dumbest thing.
So let's see.
Index is all kind of failing to go higher right now. We're back testing the opening print. US30 can put in a 5-minute hammer to the upside here. I think it's still on the table. But do I want to fight the current
volume
downtrend that we're in? SPX rejecting yesterday's low, pretty harsh.
He's got his blowing red over the white.
And this is why I stick to the 15-minute chart. There goes what would have been the 5-minute blasting off right now.
Yeah, and I was even looking at it on, because I have an alert set for when the low gets broken on, I guess it's on the 1 minute. And so I had an alert set here, and I literally was sitting waiting because we got a high created a low, a new high corrected. We broke through this high here. So this was the start for me, and I just literally wanted to see how is it going to react in this area. Are we going to push down or are we going to push up? It came, pushed into this area. I literally almost hit a buy for this, but I just felt like I'm getting in at the back end of this wave. It stops below there, but I'm not too pressed. I think I like NAS better for a potential short.
You're going to
depending
the
on
dark
how we
side,
react.
man.
Look, listen. The price action. It's the price action.
Yeah.
Gold had been. It was really within the week that it ranged for majority of the week for gold is when I started looking at taking a look at NAS. So it was, where was we at? Like right here. It was within all of this volume for literally like a whole week. I was like, okay, this range isn't the most ideal in terms of, you know, opportunities. Where else can I go? And then that's when, you know, Nas, if you take a look at how Nas has been moving just in the past couple of days, it's just been on a nice trend. And then eventually we got a correction, which we've seen happen with FOMC. And now we're getting, I don't know, the price action is just cleaner, has been cleaner for it. In terms of like, you know,
gold's in a tough spot. Like it had such a strong bullish run, and we saw that decent pullback, and it's been super rangy. So I see what you're doing with the. I think it's a good time to try trading NAS.
Just because my short might get choppy doesn't mean I won't do it. You know?
He said weekly and daily looked good. Hard to pass up. Are you referring to gold? Weekly. The weekly for gold is bearish. Daily. Daily
I thought he
is
meant today's
bullish.
run up.
Definitely. Filling the wick of yesterday's daily.
Try to US30 long.
All right, time to use an indicator.
Just to show you guys the trade I'm in. So I'm in US30. We put in that 5-minute. I'm sorry, I'm in the 2-minute right now. But when that 2-minute gave us the wick that broke above the high, kind of anticipating that we could break yesterday's low. So that's the trade I'm in. Stop below this swing low on US30. See if she can give us a bit of a rally here and finally put a green day in.
See, Carter,
That's the
on
only
gold,
index that hasn't filled the gap down yet.
Come again?
I mean, me or Tyler?
You, Brian. You were saying something.
Oh, around 12 hours ago. I'm sorry, 24 hours ago. I flipped on my RSI, my relative strength index indicator, to just to see where, because I had a feeling we were here, and it is, so it's cool. Yesterday, I guess about 23 hours ago, it was coming out of an oversold area on the 15-minute, came up and is now re-entering a overbought area. So I'm definitely going to connect my entry to when this guy falls below the 70 threshold on the RSI. I'm not going to base it solely off that, but
Yeah.
it's nice to see that as a confluence, because I really do believe in the RSI when it's getting to those outer edges of overbought, oversold zones. I have made really good choices when that's my backup confluence, is that RSI. So
I hear you loud and clear. FX Dominator said, "Hey, do you think gold will fail because it just touched a bearish order block?" So for gold, take a look at gold on the daily, and then look at it on the 4-hour, and then look at it on the 1-hour. It is bullish on all of these time frames. So like the daily is filling the wick of the previous daily. The 4-hour currently is bullish. The 1-hour just closed. The previous 1-hour closed bullish. Current 1-hour is bullish. 30-minute bullish. The only thing that showed a sign of rejection was this current 15-minute. And though it tapped into that 1-hour OB, so that 1-hour area of supply, what I can't go against is that is like a secondary confluence, because right now all time frames are indicating that price is bullish. This wave is indicating that price is bullish, and volume, which is one of the most important things, which is going to drive our trades, is to the upside. So for me, it came down to having to literally see a flip. This 15-minute candle tapping into this zone and just closing bearish isn't enough of an indication that price can push down. That's kind of why I mentioned that if this 15-minute candle closes bearish, the next one could potentially close bearish. But at the very least, we would likely see a bottom wick in this current 4-hour candle's high get broken. So I understood that, if I was looking for sales and we did get a shift, that it would likely be short-lived because the current volume is in the bullish direction. So even if you look at it on a 1-minute time frame, I have an alert set for here, because if we broke under this level, that 15-minute candle, with that next 15-minute candle, then we would have had a market shift. So we had a high that was created. It came from a lower position, a low, a new high. This is my key low. We had a correction, a new high. This now becomes my key low. So what price did is it corrected back down, 15-minute closed bearish, and then the next 15-minute made a steeper move to the downside, tapped into that key low, and then pushed and created a new high. Ideally, if we're trading in the direction of the trend, and as the trend is indicated, a buy in this area, and that's why I said I almost literally hit buys on the reason why I didn't is simply because this 1-minute candle didn't have a top wick, and I did not like the fact that it closed without a top wick. But initially, that would have been the continuation trade, just with that idea that this 4-hour candle will likely close bullish, and the next 4-hour would fill the top wick coming off of the volume that we had. It's just, for me, it's just lining up all those different confluences. In order to sell, I would have had to have this level get broken here, and then we would look for a pullback back into this area, where I would look to get my like premium zone sell, and then I would short off of, within this area here, and then look for price to take out these lows. Something similar of that type of setup. But it just didn't get it. All signs is bullish, and prices continue to push higher. So what I would say is to wait for a shift. Once we get that shift, then looking for shorts at this area, I don't think is a bad idea. This is a area that price can definitely go short from. It's just more so waiting for the price action to indicate that price is going short. Because there's been a lot of times even that I'll take this early trade. You know, we tap into an area, I get my bearish candle close, and then want to see this continue down, fighting against, you know, the larger time frame confluences of, you know, the daily being bullish, far. I lied to you not. I went through yesterday, like the
I
past
lied to you
trade.
not. I love when he says that.
I went through the past 3 months of my trades and just went through, and I indicated that was one of the common things for my win rate. So my win rate was around like 58% with a 1 or 2.5 risk reward. But it's this in particular was one of the reasons why I would take certain trade or certain L's. I'd be focused on this. All right, I want price to tap into this level and just flip. And if we get that bearish close, then I'll just sell immediately. And then I had to zoom out and like there was at least 4 or 5 trades in the past 2.5 months that happened exactly like this. And if I would have just waited for the shift, I could have saved myself from taking that early entry, or potentially seeing the opportunity in front of me, which is the continuation of the buy, you know. So just I guess just something that was learned through
Journaling.
trial and error.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
US30 battling this low. Come on, baby. Break to the upside.
It's funny because NAS is the same way. Like it broke through a high up here, it came back down. If you look at it on a smaller time frame, it never broke through this level here. Because like if you break through these lows, now you have like a gap that can get filled to this downside. Yeah. It tapped into this level and then rejected and closed as a bullish engulfing. Can it reject off of this area here? Yeah, of course. But like just kind of the same principle. It's more so about where the volume is at, on which direction.
I'd like to see NASDAQ test yesterday's low like SPX and US30 have.
Let's see.
US30 rejecting the low again. Come on, baby. Break.
So for 4-hour bullish. But how have you guys this week been?
Me or the chat?
Both.
I've had a solid week. Been green, small green pretty much all week.
Yeah.
I was up pretty decent pre-FOMC and gave back some profits trying to catch the bottom like an idiot, but I ended the day green up $200, so we'll take it. But I was up like 1,500 at one point. Looks like US30 is going to fail this low as of right now. Don't love to see that. Come on, baby. Hold. I'm down about $60 right now.
Yeah, Christmas came by quick. It's next Wednesday.
Bro, you're telling me.
You guys plan on trading next week?
I'm probably not. If I did, it would be really small size to stream, but
Not on Christmas Eve or Christmas, but if the market calls on the 23rd or the 26th, 27th,
Hey.
I will.
I like it. I like it, Brian. I like it.
Hold on a second.
Let's go,
Yeah,
baby.
the market's calling.
I keep her on speed dial, baby.
Gosh darn it, gold. It's ruining my Friday. Because I'm not in on that long right now.
Yeah, I feel that.
Yeah.
I've noticed more so, especially like more recently, my entry level and where I choose to get in at, like there's, how do I put it? There's a higher probability chance at certain entry areas, I guess you can say. Like deep into demand zones are higher probability trades for me. And I've dealt with trying to, do limits. Like for instance, today the gold move that came into the 15-minute demand area, or it was a 1 hour demand area. This area is beautiful. In order to catch this trade, though, it moves so fast, you would have literally had to have a limit within this area here. And I've tried limits. I don't really like setting limits all too much, but I think I would be more inclined to having order limits set in higher probability zones, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that moves like this, obviously, you can't catch every single trade. But there are some areas that can be hot zones as long as it abides in the larger time frame trend. So for me, confluence is like the daily, for instance, like let's go to the 4 hour. This pullback was in this 4 hour candle's low. And let me see. This is 9 o'clock. So the 4 hour candle, 1, 2, 3, 4. Price pushed up. Came down. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely I definitely will start to look into do some certain limits. Definitely lower risk.
US30 rejecting again back under the low. Not what I wanted to see. Come on.
4 hour candle opened up here. Previous 7 minutes, it broke the previous 4 hour candle high. Now this is where I would want to see like a shift after taking this 4 hour candle high. That would be a better inclination for a sell move down now. So like for instance, this low here, I guess relatively the same spot, is now what needs to be broken. So this is all I'll wait for. We'll either get a bullish reaction off of this level here, or I'll take a small position buy depending on the volume. Or we'll break through this low and correct, and then I'll sell.
Oh yeah, it is OPEX week too, or OPEX Friday. Forgot about that.
Okay. Gold's at another turnaround point again. Got to catch gold on the peak. And then 2, 4, 6 lots. Let's go.
NAS did not tag yesterday's low by 20 points. Almost did, rejecting pretty harshly.
Forest Markets Mindship said short it from. Are you saying you shorted gold from 26.17.80? If so, like where do you have your stop loss set? 16.80s or 26.
Well, yesterday shorting it at yesterday early New York pre-New York, gold was a good short at that price. I don't know if he's referencing yesterday or not. Right around the London lunchtime, gold just, that was the falling knife I was trying to catch yesterday. I got stabbed.
Yeah, it did have quite the sell-off.
It did a big U-turn though.
Yeah.
I mean, from yesterday, gold, dropping from 26.22 down to, 26.90-ish, 25, excuse me, 25.90, 25.88. Now back up to 26.21, 22 area.
Let's see.
Well, it's a big, more visible on the 15-minute.
Yeah, gold is definitely got some bullish volume to her.
I think that's just buybacks from yesterday's fall. This thing's gonna. Oh no, I don't like to do that. I don't like to predict anything. I predict something, I'm wrong. I just react to whatever it is.
I hear you.
I don't like to say, it's going to do this.
Feeling.
I'm sorry.
It's just that gut feeling on the inside, though.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to have a little bit of gut guess, but don't trade on it. I call that my Vegas account, what we were talking about on Wednesday. I have a Vegas account, a Vegas trading account, that is. That thing's in drawdown too, by the way. That's why I don't advise, unless to gamble on a challenge or a trading account. Don't do it unless you're lucky enough, fortunate enough to have that spare account.
Said I longed gold at 20.
So 26.23 is my major turnaround point. It's right now. It's body of the candle. It's right in the zone of a major turnaround possibility.
Yeah, FX Dominator. Obviously, I'm not advising you on what you should do for your position. I personally don't like buying into like this volume. Oh no, you're fine. You're fine.
I was just showing the US30 got to break the new highs there.
Oh yeah, it did definitely break those new highs. Now I'm not saying that like I said, you're long. It could still run up, but for me, it's like waiting for premium entry levels. So I would want to see like more of a pullback or Let's say that 15-minute candle close and the next 15-minute candle continuation. 2614 is down here somewhere.
I'm giving gold 18 seconds until the 15-minute candle's completed, and then I might start my entry with a tiny decimal of a stop loss.
Yeah, it's definitely reaching, tapping into that premium zone.
Let's trend to the upside today, huh? How about it, boys?
Dang. Come on, go flip around, flip around. Flip around.
You said you're in US30 buys?
On the Funder Pro account, yeah.
Okay.
I took an NQ long or MNQ, so micros, for the gap fill on my futures account. I just took off 2/3 of that position. We're coming right into yesterday's low there. Lock that one in. But US30 on the Funder Pro account, I'm trying to hold. See if we can get a little trend day action going.
Gotcha.
Which, guys, if you remember us talking about this, right? I said this, my plan pre-market was US30 had been on its longest red streak since 1974, I think, and I thought it was possibly due for a green day. So I wanted to see us get above yesterday's low, which is this dotted line, come back and retest it from above, which we did. We battled there for a while. And eventually just broke and got new highs. So gonna try to let this one run a little bit more. I have 0.03 lots on this one. I'm up $300 right now. See what she'll give us. See if she'll give us a trend day or not. Squeeze some of these shorts, baby. I'm sure there's a lot of horny bears out there. So let's squeeze them to death, baby. So he has to explain about liquidity. I mean, liquidity is just it's orders being filled essentially, right? I guess the simplest way to describe it.
Yeah.
But when you think about like money and banks and stuff, like they'll kind of work a price. They have to buy at a good price, so they'll kind of push the price lower and lower, and then buy once it kind of sweeps liquidity. So you'll hear traders talk about that, like, oh, they run your stops and they go. It's just they're accumulating orders is what big money is doing on those kind of those sweeps lower. But yeah, Kyron, if you have a better description of liquidity,
oh no, that's a great description. And like you said, you'll hear that people are saying like banks are running liquidity, so like an equal. So there's generally a lot of liquidity built up at equal highs or previous key highs or key lows, places where people would naturally think to put their stop losses. In terms of like a structure, so like under a key low or at a key high, double high or double tops, those are areas that are likely to get liquidated, and then you'll see a reversal or a continuation happen depending.
I'm aiming for the overnight opening print on my NQ runners is on the did take a L on NQ on the Forex count. So I'm aiming for about 21,195 on my NQ trade. US30, I don't really have a target. I want to see what she'll give me. What I want to do is hit the max 45% profit. Or what would it be? Yeah, because you can't have more than 40. I want to be in the max allowed profit to still be within the consistency rule is what I'm aiming for on US30. That's my target, which I think is like maybe $1,400 or something.
I had to think about what it is. So, like on this 100K, that would be 10%. It's like what, 45%? You can make over 45 or 40%?
Yeah, in one day.
So what? Like 4K, I guess you could say.
On the 100K account, yeah, it sounds right. I'd have to, let me double check what it would be for me on the 25. The 25K.
FX dominator areas of interest for me for gold is 26, 26, 47. So 26, 26, like 5 area, and then 26, 32, 81. Those are the two areas that I would look for some type of resistance for gold. So we're creeping up on the 26, 26 area. We just got a lot of bullish volume though. So seeing if we break through that high, we can see a correction then, or we can push through to 26.33. Like that's a solid number.
Squeeze them, squeeze them, squeeze them. Yeah, I think the most, I'm on a 25K swing account. I think I can make around $1,400. To be within consistency roll, because I think the target's like a little over 3 total. I'm not 100% sure how it factors in for the losses. I think it used to not, but I think it does now. Like if you're down $1,000 coming into the day, I still think you can only make like the 1,400. I think.
Got you.
I'm not 100% sure. I think I saw they changed that recently somewhere.
That's a great question. Yeah, I would say, Joey, to keep it safe, just to stick to the 45. That way you don't even, have to be
Yeah.
on the other
Which if
side.
you do go over, like you're not punished for it. You just have to make more than in order to get that day's profit to not be 45% of the total profit. So you're not punished for it, but you just have to make more if you do it. She's pushing, baby. She's squeezing them. Market heard me. We're up $470 on the US30 long right now.
Ooh, on a 25K?
Yeah.
That's pretty good, right? 'Cause that's like $4,000 on a 200K.
Yeah, I know. I need to start trading the 200K.
Million.
You can mine back.
Trade a million K.
Yeah, a million K.
Friday.
I'm up $2,000 on the day on my futures funded account after catching the move down overnight and along today.
Is that like an eval challenge, or is that a real?
No, that one's funded. So I can
Nice.
get payouts on that one.
That's cool. Sweet deal.
Yeah,
Down to a
Nas
couple
is
runners, getting ready to.
ripping.
She's ripping, baby. US30 looking nice, baby. Only up 0.3% right now. I think the Bears might have been a little horny, and now they're getting squeezed.
See, Tyler, I can't determine if when you verbally rally like that, if you're making it go in your favor or if it's a reaction to it already moving in your favor. Because every time you cheer your trade,
gotta hype
it
it,
seems
baby.
like it's going in your favor.
You got to talk to the market, man. You got to talk to the charts. They listen. They listen. You have to speak to them.
Sweet gold, so bright and shiny.
Jeez, yo, baby, squeeze it. US30, ripper, baby. Let's go. Up 650. Let's go. LETSGO. Can't stop, won't stop. All right, I gotta move stops. Move stops here. All right, we're moving stops right below yesterday's low. Squeeze it, squeeze it, squeeze it. Bro, where's Buddy on the 5K? Did you take the US30 trade with me? Huh? You said you needed a good trade to get your 300 back.
That's true. They did.
What is 300? That's like, yeah, that's a good portion on a 5K.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was saying. He said he was trading like 0.05 or 0.07 lots. That's how I was like, damn, 6%. Dude, I have 0.03 lots right now on a 25K, and I'm
that's
up
6%.
And I'm up almost $700.
Yeah, 6%.
Oh, bang, bang. Trimmed another NQ. I'm down to one MNQ runner. Yee.
What's 6%?
We just hit the overnight opening print.
200K. Ah, yeah. 6% on 200K is 12 grand. 80% of that's yours if it's funded with FunderPro. Time to go pay off your car or something with that.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. Computer's lagging. Don't do this to me.
Is it frozen?
My computer's like lagging a little bit. It feels like right now. Too much buying volume to keep up with. Joey up 800 plus on a 0.05. Heck yeah, baby. Good stuff. Good stuff. I'm getting ready to maybe trim one of these.
Kyron, you reminded me that I didn't do what I normally do in the mornings here is I take my phone, I turn off the Wi-Fi, switch it to its data plan, and I bring up Trade Locker so that, and I have it there in case my Wi-Fi goes down or something goes wrong with the app. Now this I always have. I always have a hotspot MiFi right here, so that when I internet goes out, I have this, or a power outage. Hence why I trade off of a laptop on a docking station to big monitors, so that if power goes down, I have battery already. So gotta have the battery charged. Gotta have 2 backups on internet. I've had my butt kicked many times because I did not have what I just described.
He said he needed, and hey, look, that would have helped when I had my power outage, that backup Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Wow, US30 just tagged my upper targets. I trimmed one. She's still ripping. Even with trimming one, we're back up to $625 profit. Oh, wow. She is just squeezing, baby.
No, seriously.
This is a pump. She'd been beaten up. She had been beaten up. I like it. I like it. Where are we at on the daily chart here? What's this daily look like? This daily is going to have a nice looking wick. I think maybe we go see yesterday's high. Let's go check that out. Anybody else hearing that static?
Yeah, no, I hear it. I can hear it as well.
I muted myself and it kept doing it, so it's not my mic.
Let me mute. Tell me if it goes away.
Yep, that was it. Your doomsday prepper battery must be going off.
I was just bragging about stuff too. How bad is it?
It's pretty annoying. To be
Just
honest with you.
He said, yeah, it's pretty bad.
24, dude, let's go. Oh, we are just eating, baby.
Oh, yeah.
I think I'm about to close NQ. I think she could trend all day, but I'm down to 1 NQ. I caught a 400-point move to the downside and a 400-point move to the upside. I might just call it a damn day. 800 points on the Qs, baby. I didn't trade more than 4 micros today, and I made $2,500. Crazy. Sorry, I'm tooting my own horn right now.
No, hey, look, you should, as you should. This is a good day. It's a great way to end the week off.
Hell yeah. I'm hyped. All right, I'm flat on NQ. 800 points or so captured on the day. Let's go. Still holding US30 though, baby. We holding US30 for the moon. Or at least another few $100.
All it takes is one.
Yeah, that's a great statement, by the way. One good if you keep your risk managed, right? And then you can hold for when the market gives you good opportunities. And you keep your risk managed and don't, when the market's in choppy, crappy conditions, you don't fight it too hard. Moving that stop up a little. Bang, bang, skeet, skeet. The VIX is dying. Exit those shorts, baby. Bull season is back in effect. Let's go, baby. Hey, Kyron and Tyler looking for. Oh, thanks, bro. Thanks, Walter.
Oh, yeah. Appreciate it.
You saying Brian don't look good, Walter? Brian looking handsome as a motherfucker over there. What's gold looking like?
Gold is it just broke through those
Holy
highs.
cow, she's also ripping. I'm glad you avoided that short, Brian. You can unmute yourself to if you want to talk. You don't have to keep it muted the whole time.
Not if it's staticky. It's just still happening.
Oh, I think it went away.
Yeah, I was
You're
gonna say I don't hear it.
I did a mic
Yeah, you're
reboot,
good.
so maybe that works.
Oh, gold just broke those highs. Ooh, she's ripping too, man.
Yeah, that was that 26 high.
Go, baby.
Outta
Bear's
there.
trying to get us with the static. I didn't see Joey's comment before. That's awesome. Yay! Bangers, baby. Bangers today. Damn, that was like the dream target on NAS. We just tagged it. We have one more upper level, but I'm out. I'm out on the NAS, still in the US30. Can't believe it's been an hour already. Just
that quick.
Time flies when you're making money, baby.
It definitely does. It definitely does.
I unplugged my heated cup. My coffee is not as hot as I want it to be.
So Tyler, after this trade, you plan on taking any more trades? You're gonna call it a week?
No, I'm calling it a week, baby. I'm going. I'm finishing up the Christmas shopping, maybe wrapping the kids' gifts, getting all that ish done today.
Yeah,
it's a good day to have a good day, baby.
That's
actually my brother-in-law's home from college. He goes to college in Chicago, and he's home. We're going to a winery this evening. Actually, they have this winery. They have these clear igloos that they put outside in the winter. So then you go inside of the igloo with your group, your group or whatever, and drink some wine. It's supposed to snow tonight too. So while we're there, it should be snowing, which will be kind of a dope vibe. So I'm excited about that.
That'd be cool.
Joey said, what's your favorite time frame to trade in? So I pay attention to all of them, really. I like basically the weekly, the daily, the hourly, 15-minute, 5-minute, 2-minute. I watch all of those kind of in conjunction with each other. If I had to pick one time frame that you said to me, you only get to trade from one time frame, I would trade from the hourly.
Yeah, if I had to pick one time frame, I likely be trading from. Well, it would be in conjunction, but it would be the 4-hour and the 15. So those two in conjunction with one another. A 4-hour close, I'll get in on a 15-minute candle after the first 15 minutes after the 4-hour close generally. So like today, it was literally. Let's see. Where did the 4-hour candle close? It closed right here.
Oh, here, you're not sharing your screen anymore.
Oh yeah.
Your screen up.
Yeah. It's a force of habit to go through like that.
Yeah.
Okay,
I know. I changed the settings on StreamYard. It was set to me, since I'm the host, that if I added my screen to the stage or whatever, it would automatically show it. And so I changed it so it doesn't automatically do it. So I'm not accidentally kicking you guys off. And so with Brian the other day, I kept forgetting to put my screen up. I'd be talking about it.
Can you see it?
Okay. Yeah, I got you now.
All right. So this 4-hour candle closed bullish here. Anticipating that 4-hour candle closed bullish. The entry for gold actually came on a much smaller time frame, but this was the start. So this was the lowest point in the new 4-hour candle, and this is why when we were looking at it on the 5-minute time frame, you can see here. This is the wrong chart. Hold on.
NAS.
Here it is.
Yeah.
So 4-hour candle closed. It closed higher up here. This is our 4-hour candle low. So it'll generally be within this 15. So this 15-minute candle, a continuation after the 4-hour, but the entry came earlier because you can see it here on the 5-minute where it should, well, you can see it on the 1-minute where it should have been, which was that demand zone here where I wanted to go long, but this candle just did not have, and hindsight is 2020. And I guess looking at it on the outside in, I definitely should have just went ahead and went with, as my mom says, go first mine with a stop below there. And then I would have just looked for that 2026 target. A target of this high up here. After this high gets broken, stops to break even, and then let it, hold on. After this high gets broken, just moving stops to break even, and then wait for that 2026 high, which is this one here, to be broken through. And then that's why I said above that price, we could see a correction because this is a larger time frame high. But if we do stay above this level here, then 2033 at this level is where our price would go next. 2633, not 2033, 2633. But yeah, you know, I'm anticipating a move down here. Let's see how she reacts right here. We shall see. But this blue line is indicative of a larger time frame area being broken, which could be a sign of a flip. But the structure is just what it is. Hey, I was drawing a channel resistance on 1 hour. Can you just confirm it? A channel on gold? I'm not sure what you mean.
I see the trend line that you'd be talking about. But
On the one?
On the 1 hour.
Like
I mean, that's a pretty bullish looking 1 hour chart to me, but like, yeah,
like
you could
a trend line here or like a trend line like that.
Like if you go like left to right, like coming from like the highs, and you drew a trend line down from yeah, I mean, you could go there, but even if you went to like the other three, like those right there, like where your mouse is above those like three kind of like trend line from there to where we're at, I think you could say here. I'll show you what I mean.
Okay, yeah, I was about to say. These three. Oh, I see what you mean.
If I were I think what he's kind of saying would be is like a trend line like that there. Kind of from here. I mean, you could even probably extend this to like here. He said a channel though, so I mean, I don't know if I don't necessarily see a channel, but I mean, I guess you could put one down here. But yeah, I mean, I don't really use trend lines. I think they're a little bit subjective. Like you change your screen, you could change them. And
he said that is the top trend line at the very least. That's
what he's looking at. Yeah.
Yeah. Started on December 16th.
Yeah, that's what I figured. Check in on this US30 long. She's still sitting at the highs.
Yeah, still around that $700 profit.
Yeah, I trimmed one. I'm holding two. I'll probably take another one at like 42.9 here near yesterday's high if we get there. We're gonna get there, baby. I mean, it looks like VIX is still melting, it's dying. Looks like the squeeze is on, in my opinion. We'll see, though. We'll see.
Joey said he's up 1250.
Oh yeah,
nice.
Joey. Joey, I'm not sure your trading system. Obviously, do whatever you like, manage your trade as you like. I have resistance levels from yesterday. If you look at the NQ chart, we are literally exactly at one of the levels, which is 21,529. Let me show you on my NAS chart. Obviously, like I said, manage it how you'd like. So we're at this resistance level here. We got one more above. This obviously seems super bullish, but manage your trades accordingly. Just know we could see a little consolidation around these levels, I think. If we're going to move higher, I think we need to see some sideways for a little while. So I think a little consolidation between, these two levels would be a good thing. What you don't want to see is like a super harsh rejection, but some sideways action I think is decent and solid.
Yeah, he says he
21,250. Nice.
Oh yeah, so he's trailed in the profits.
Yeah.
So worst comes to worst. Yeah, that's smooth.
Good stuff. Good stuff, Joey.
Yeah, that's a good trade. You're risk free. Nothing but
Yes, sir. Let it work. Yeah.
Profits on the day.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and I was like, man, that FOMC dump we had, I was like, I would just absolutely love if it was just like a giant panic bar that ends up being the low and the bull trend can just resume. I'm not saying that is what's happening. We still have a lot of ways to go, but a nice squeeze for a Friday. See what the rest of the day brings us. If we if we break yesterday's high and make, start to eat away a little bit more at the FOMC dump, like if we can move up another couple hundred points today, I think that was definitely a bullish sign moving forward into the rest of the year and into early next year.
Yeah, I agree.
Grabbing the stream, can you give me your view on gold? I feel like we talked about gold. You guys have talked about gold a decent bit. But FX Dominator, I don't know if you guys have any other input on gold.
Brian, you can speak. Piece.
Okay. Well, now I was looking at what Joey said, and you always wished you would. What is that?
Yeah, Joey,
more.
I'm not. I kid you not. I was in the shorts I was in last night. I had 4 micros, and I trimmed 2 like relatively quick for like a couple $100. So I only had 2, and I was going to bed last night. We were just melting, and I was like thinking that same thing. Like, man, I wish I had more. But you have to keep in mind, right, that the most important thing is risk management, and you're basing your sizing off of the risk that you can tolerate, and so you can't let that get to you. You got to try to not think that way. I know it's hard. I always do that same thing though.
Yeah. Maybe gold is experiencing its first red candle in a while. It's been about an hour, right? Over an hour? What? 15? Yeah.
Man, it has been. The hour did go by quick. I'm not gonna lie.
1 hour.
Scrooge, I put Scrooge asked about a discount. If anybody wants a discount code, I put discount code in the chat. Code RISKLIFE will get you 15% off any account. Brian is in some shorts. He's like, hey, listen, a moving train's coming. I'll step in front of it.
Yeah. A knife is falling. I'll catch it. The trick is to grab the handle, right?
Hey, he's in profits right now. Kyron said too, he was expecting a little bit of a pullback too. So Brian's in shorts. Are you aiming for 26, 23? Is that your target?
I'll let it decide what the target is. When it breaks through at least that daily key level 26, 23, then I would start partialing out a little bit. But I mean, I think it could drop at least 40 to 50 pips, gold pips. But if it goes up, it's going to hit a stop loss, tight stop loss. I just don't want to miss it. No big deal if it hits my stop loss. I just see it as an opportunity to. If I'm wrong, I want to be wrong quick.
Yeah, no, I hear that. I hear it.
Again, I'm not living by the RSI, but that's pretty high for an overbought indicator. RSIs don't go much higher than that on a normal basis. And you're going to hit my stop.
We've had quite some volume today.
Yeah, we have.
I can't say that I expected as much volume as we've had.
This ever since FOMC, NAS has been crazy. Like the FOMC obviously was a crazy drop, but even yesterday, like the stops that you had to use, the way I trade, the stops that I had to use on NAS were like damn near like 60 points. Like they were like a lot, and I was like, holy cow! Like there's definitely some heavy volume in the market right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, definitely. Hit that stop. I had one stop there as a reminder for me to bail if I want to.
It was like an alert.
Yeah. Well, it was an actual stop on one of my positions.
Oh, got you.
Yeah. I'll shut it down if I have to.
Yeah.
But yeah, Friday volume. You mentioned the volume being higher today. I'm surprised by that too, especially because we're entering a holiday season.
Yeah, you'd expect a little bit of lower volume, but a lot of times that's funny though. I think that's like a good kind of rule of thumb or just note that like when a lot of people are like, because I think I've heard everybody say that like, oh, the holidays, the market's going to be like the market often does what you don't expect it to do. So if like everybody's like, oh, the market's going to be slow, lower volume, I'm not going to trade this or that, blah, blah, and then the market just rips left and right, rips down, it rips up, you know what I mean? It gets everybody when they're expecting it to be slow. The market will often do the opposite of what you think, you know what I mean?
That's so true.
And it's like, if I have something...
Go ahead.
Right. Oh, no. I was about to say, like, if I have something preordained that I plan on doing a certain day, like, unless I have something like that, I'll let the markets tell me if, I should take a trade. Like if an opportunity presents itself, I'm going to take it. Like Monday, I wasn't actively trading because it was my girlfriend's birthday. So I knew I wasn't going to be, as active on the charts. But like, unless, like even for next week, let's see, I won't trade the 24th or the 25th. But, coming off of that, we'll see. We shall see.
Yeah, I feel that for sure. Yeah, as we get a little closer, we'll see if the opportunities set up or not. But there's a trading quote. I forget who said it, but it is kind of pertains to this. But the market can stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. So right, if you're looking at the economy or the inflation or whatever it is, and you're like, it's all so bad. The market has to crash. It has to crash. Like that's why I hate overly bearish people, because they're just like, that's the way that they look at the market all the time. And I just look at that quote like, yeah, the market doesn't care. It's a propped up system to make the rich richer. So quit fighting the rig system. And long it, baby.
He said, "Go long."
If I ever open a mentorship, that's what it will be. The system is rigged. Don't fight a rigged system. Long it. Markio, there's no current promo running. I put out my my discount code, which is Risk Life. That'll get you 15% off any account size. There's a link and stuff. You can see it above. Brian, how's that 100K count going?
Yeah, 100K count. I have a few of those. The one I started the other day is down 2,000 from the other day because of yesterday. It should have gone up, but like I said, I tried to catch a falling knife earlier in this stream. I was talking about that, and then I have. This is a 100K account here that I've been trading on this morning. This one I use, I guess, reversal strategies the most. The other one that I was using on Wednesday, I do scalping on that one. And Chiron, that and they're both over 100K, but they're both like 101 and the other one's like 103. Chiron, do you have a scalping strategy at all, or do you solely stick to your support and resistance and watching your swings of those high lows?
So, do I have a scalping strategy?
Do you have a scalping strategy that you because when I was scalping on Wednesday, you know, you if you were on, I would have asked you, but just wondering, like, you know, I don't think you've talked about it.
Yeah, so I guess I never really considered myself a scalper, but I'll take trades like on the 1 minute time frame. I'll execute on the same, essentially like what happened with gold today. I should have taken that 1 minute buy had it had a top wick. So to me, that would have been considered, I guess you could say, a scalp, but it abides by my system. So it's like the time frame is subjective for me when it comes to which time I execute on. It depends on how much volume is in the market. So if there's a lot of volume in the markets, then I'm scalping only because the structure, I can't see it, but on a smaller time frame. Like today for gold, if you look at it on, let's say, the 1 hour, every 1 hour candle is bullish. So it's hard to find a pullback and an entry on the 1 hour. You didn't get a 1 hour pullback. You didn't get a 15-minute pullback. Okay, let's look at the 5-minute structure. Okay, I can see higher highs and higher lows being created on the 5-minute structure, knowing that, you know, the previous time frame has been bullish. On the larger time frame, we're bullish. And so I'll scale into an already bullish move, if that makes sense. So gold was bullish today. I'll scale in on the 1 minute time frame, looking for a continuation at a good level, and then target whatever that larger time frame target is. Shout out my boy Vic there. That's my brother from OG.
Joey, so I believe this is the I have a Rise account and I just went. So I think that's the actual website to set up your Rise account if you want to do one.
I'll tell you, London has been so much easier to trade gold lately than the post-news event period of New York.
Oh no, Static's back.
He says, do you play the other direction when you're wrong? It depends. Like for me, it depends on, why was I wrong? For instance, like there's time, like I said, in the past 3 months, there was 5 times where I took a trade where I got in early at like how gold showed a 15-minute bearish candle at a key resistance level. Could have easily just took sales there, but instead I wanted to wait for the shift. So in terms of if I'm wrong like that, then no. But in terms of like if there's a shift, then I will switch my bias in my direction. I think I did that. Let me think. Last week, sometime I did that on gold. I want to say early last week. I was in a sell on gold, and everything from the 4-hour time frame down to the 5-minute time frame said that it was bullish. So I sat there. It was at an area of interest, and I closed the trade and went long. And it wasn't because it was literally because I took an early entry on the sale, didn't wait for a shift, and then price came to a key area, and I understood that, so I was able to close it out at break even, get in on the right direction. But when I'm truly wrong and structures flips, then yeah, I'll look to take that one more trade. If I lose two though, like I took the buy and then it sold, and then I took the sell and then it bought, then I'm just gonna be done for the day. 2 weeks ago, that happened literally on Nas when we was on stream. And it was when Nas had a liquidity grab on Monday. It took out the highs and the lows that same day and then like sold down. That was an instance where I was where I got on both sides, both directions.
Scrooge, to touch on that question as well. I think sometimes that is like a good thing to do. Al Brooks talks about that in his book, Reading Price Charts Bar by Bar, a lot. That like if you're trying a failure trade that like doesn't work, that like failures normally are like high probability trades. But he like breaks down specific examples of like when he thinks it's a good idea. Like if you're if you're long and you're gonna get stopped out, like your stop should be twice the size of your actual position. So like when you get stopped, then you'll be in the trade going the other direction. But he does talk about like specific instances where he thinks it's like good to do it and when it's not, because like Kyron said, like you can find yourself getting stuck in the chop that way, right? So if like, the market's just going to range and because then you'll find yourself where you're just getting caught and getting stopped both ways. So like there are times when it works good, but then there are times where you can get stuck in the chop and get screwed both directions. So there's definitely an art to doing it. It's something that I would look into. I would kind of back test and see when it works best for you. Joey, trading in the news. If you go to the, Joey said last question on news trading, how exactly do I determine what I can't have been sticking to just high impact events? So typically it's just high impact events that are restricted. Normally Funder Pro will post what those events are at the beginning of the week. They'll tell you, when it is, what time they are, what assets are restricted. And if not, a good place to check is the Funder Pro Discord. It's always posted in there. Abdul, the interest rate cuts, please guide us on interest rate cuts, then what happened. So the market expected the Fed to cut interest rates by a quarter basis point or 0.25%. That was widely expected, which is what they did. That's the decision that they made. The reason that we dumped so much is because they were projecting, I believe, four rate cuts in a certain period during 2025, and they backtracked on that and said that they're now only expecting potentially 2 rate cuts in that same time period. So basically that just stated that inflation's still a little worse than they want it to be, and they may not be cutting as quickly as they originally once stated. So that's, I think, what led to the big dump and fear in the market on Wednesday, because the rate cut decision that they made was what was expected. It was just slowing down on the amount of cuts is what I think spooked us. What's the margin on XAUUSD? I mean, I think your margin is whatever your margin is on the account. I don't know. Is there a way you can tell that? Like, I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you.
Gold testing PDH and PWL. What does that stand for?
Previous day high, previous week low.
Oh, okay. I was like,
No, you're good.
I didn't know if that was like an indicator or something. Yeah.
Yeah. Previous day's high, previous week low. Support. What? So, Darius, one more. So to tell you how I figure out like margin, is I'll just kind of show you. You said what was it that you said? Which one is he talking about? I lost his comment. Oh, XAUUSD. Is that gold? XAUUSD?
Yeah.
So the way that you can wait, did we just break yesterday's high? Oh shoot, we did. Hold on, I got trim. I got trim. Let's go.
He's like, hold on.
1100 on the account. 1100 on the account.
Crazy.
So if we look at gold, here's how I tell you if I have enough margin, right? If I say I wanted to short gold, all right? So I click stop loss. I push this to sell. I put my stop above the high. If I want to know how much margin I go, I just click the amount of lots until it turns red and tells me that's not enough. That's too much margin. I don't know what it is on gold, but I think if I like do one lot, like see how it goes. Okay, you're 120% over margin. So then you can just reduce it. So if you want to go full margin, all right, 0.8 lots. That's full margin. That's hopefully that answers your question. But like outside of doing that, I don't know how to tell you what more. And I think every account's a little bit different. The fast track, the standard, and the swing, I think are all a little bit different. Oh man, US30 got that pop. Let's see. Oh, NAS just popped to that upper level. Damn boy. I love these levels. You can see the accuracy of the levels. Like, look where we bounced off the level, ripped to the level, consolidated at the level, ripped to the level, now rejected. The levels are just accurate as could be. That's my cheat code.
Let's see.
I saw Sarky hop in the chat. How will you identify a high volume market before the volumes start coming up? So to be honest with you, Sarky, it's the only way I think you could really do that is if you potentially use tools like order flow, or there's what are those charts? I know Umar talks about them, and Sam was using them a little bit, but they're like order flow type of charts. I forget what they're called. But there are some like volume tools out there, Sarky. I personally don't necessarily watch volume. It's not something that I really factor into my trading. Now, if the market's like rangy and choppy, to me that's just like an indication. Okay, we have low volume. We're getting chop. Obviously, like if a candle is big, I can safely assume. All right, that candle had a lot of volume. And don't get me wrong, I think volume is what moves the market. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with using volume. I've just found that like the simpler I keep my trading, the better I do. I don't like to add too much stuff in a little analysis paralysis. Do you guys know the answer to this question from Bar?
I was gonna ask earlier because when I was looking up US30, when in terms of like the actual chart itself, there is no difference. I thought it might be some type of difference in like the price
spreads
action
the other day. I know,
but there was There was no immediate difference. I think though I couldn't take a trade on one of them. So let me
Really?
see. Yeah, I think there was one of them that it wouldn't let me execute if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. Execution seems to be fine. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what the difference is. I know
maybe
on TradingView.
I'll try to find out before the next stream. So if come back. I don't know if we're streaming it all. I don't think we are streaming it all next week, but come back after the new year, and I'll have an answer for you.
You're talking about the difference between the two calls?
The pro and the normal one.
Like just regular difference in spreads, or what they mean?
What is the difference?
Pros are supposed to be at FunderPro. What was described to me is if it's a pro, it's supposed to be a lower spread for a higher fee, right?
Yeah, I mean the spread. If you look at it right now, the spread is the same.
So I've never traded the pro. When it comes to gold, I trade the non-pro because the spread's the same, but
fee per lot $7 on the regular. Oops, that's not what I do.
I asked that very question when I was new to
FunderPro. Same. Swap fee, swap buy per lot minus 41. Swap sell per lot 14.
Because that's broker ticker symbols, correct? I mean, like
leverage 10.
You could go over to another platform and another broker, and they have their version. Who is it?
Yeah, I don't know. If you look at these details there, everything under the details is all the same. So
I've never seen a difference myself, but that's how somebody answered my question at FunderPro when I asked that.
Yeah, I feel like I remember you asking that, but yeah, I mean, if you look at it right here, the details under the details, when you click on them both, are the exact same. So I have no idea.
You guys still getting any feedback on my mic?
Yeah, it's still staticky.
Eggone it. Well, it probably just needs a severe weekend reboot. I'll mute it for now.
Spread isn't always the same. It fluctuates. There's swaps in pro, but not. Kyle, when I just looked at the details, they had the same swap fees when I looked.
Yeah.
Because I believe there's still spread once you're funded. Abdul said at the end of the year, past month will be dumped because many people cash out payment. I don't know if that's necessarily true, Abdul. I think December overall in the stock market is tends to be a green month. Shorting gold. Scrooge shorting gold. He's like, hey, I'm gonna pull Brian. I'm step in front of this moving train. JK, don't let me talk you out of it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just not the way I trade. It's too against trend. Although if you're a trend line guy, you could definitely see a pullback. But if I was trying to short this, I'd be in scalp mode as opposed to holding for the bigger move personally. Just a strong hourly chart. Tends to be green month. Jamaican natural. I don't know if it has to do with Christmas shopping necessarily. I mean, I think you could say from like a retail perspective in businesses, it's probably a good. Yeah, I'm sure it's probably good, but like those things probably wouldn't get factored in until those companies reported earnings, which wouldn't happen until like months later. So I don't think that would necessarily be the reason why. I just think I'll see if I can look it up actually. Stock market month of December historically. So there's something in the market that's like that retail traders talk about that is called a Santa rally, which is just kind of like a joke. But so since December 1936, stocks have returned an average of 2.3% in December, which is a nice return, and generated a positive return 79% of the time. So since 1936, which is before probably all of our lifetimes. You know, 100 years, since over the last 100 years, 80 of the years, December has been green. So, Abdul, I would not get too married to an end of the year dump if I were you. You're fighting history on that one, my boy. Once again, I said it once, I'll say it a million times. It's a rigged system by longs. When the market dumps, buy. That's when you gotta buy. That's when you get discounted prices. You just can't, you know, don't let yourself go broke in a downtrend trying to buy the bottom. We are, Jamaican Natural. I mean, that's just something over my last like 3 years of trading, and you know, just talking to other traders and paying attention to people talking about trading, and it just like I was pretty sure of December being typically a strong month in the market, and then obviously when I just looked it up, that confirmed it. Please tell us about supply and demand measurement, inner supply demand calculation. I don't know, Abdul, to be honest with you. I don't use any supply and demand calculations, and it's never something I really have used. I use the hourly chart, the changes in trend on an hourly chart, and I use, so that's what I kind of use as what you could consider my supply and demand. But I'm not sure. I don't know if you know the answer to that question, Kyron, but
I don't know what he means by measurements, like inner supply demand calculate. Yeah, I'm not too sure as to what he means by that. Like I do trade off of supply and demand levels. But in terms of like what he means by that, I'm not sure. If you could specify your question. Because are you asking about supply and demand and how to identify supply and demand on, like, it says inner supply and demand calculation. So like I'm guessing like on a smaller time frame, utilizing the larger time frame in confluence with supply and demand on a smaller time frame. I think that's what you might be talking about. But I'm not too sure.
Tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, I had my best day of the month, the last trading day before Christmas. I'm feeling good. Somebody talked about day drinking earlier. Let's go. All right, guys. US30 still pumping. I'll see if she'll give me another. I only got about $200 more till I'm at my max profit on the day. 19 hundo for Joey. Let's go. Yeah, Joey, let's go. Let's have a beer, my friend. You and me, we're cracking brewskis at lunchtime. Let's go. Just Jamaican Natural. Hit my page. Let's link up on this. I don't see much people on here. Let's work together. I like it. I like it. Making connections in the live stream chat. I do love the trading community. The trading community is awesome because it really is like a bunch of people. Like when you get into trading, you have to be kind of like in a place mentally where you're trying to improve your life and accomplish your goals and like, right. So like, that's like the mindset of every trader. And then that like naturally lends to traders wanting to help other traders. Since I started trading, it's been such a dope community. I've made so many good trading. And that is definitely a cool part about trading for sure. Bourbon, aha, my man Joey, my man, bourbon for lunchtime. Let's go. Oh, ICT. He said he looking for. Yeah, I don't trade ICT. I think if it works for you, that's cool. But I think ICT put some fancy names on some stuff that just has happened forever. Yo, it's Joey. They're Scrooge. I'm playing I Believe in a Thing Called Love right now, celebrating 1K day today. Let's go. I believe in a thing called love. Comes from the bottom of the heart. Oh, all right, gang. Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you guys for tuning in. Killer moves in the market today. Fun stream for sure. Peace out, and we'll see you guys. It might be next year. No giveaway today. I'm sorry. I'm hoping moving into the next year, they're going to give me some accounts to give away. We'll see. But unfortunately, I don't can you trade? Yeah, you can trade crypto. There's a bunch of cryptos you can trade. You just look if you're in a live account or not. It doesn't matter. You can trade all of these cryptos. So there's a bunch of them. Any other questions before we roll? Kyron, I'm subscribed to the FTC, bro. Oh, for the culture. Okay, hell yeah. Yeah, if you guys don't follow Kyron, his handle on social media is For the Culture FX. Kyron makes some dope videos, really good film work, really good editing. Check his stuff out 100%. Brian, the crew wants you on social media, Brian. They want you to start an OnlyFans page.
I have to fix this microphone, I guess.
Brian feet pics immediately.
Kyron, send me a new mic.
Hey, look, I got this. I need to upgrade my mic as
To
it
make
is.
it natural, I'm assuming Scrooge means his YouTube page, so you could probably click on it in the comments here. Would be my guess. In a regular account, what is the time by which we cannot take weekend trade? I think it would be Friday at like 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with pro suffix. Someone told me we can. I don't think that's the case. I think you can trade anything listed in Trade Locker.
What DXY is doing in the chart right now? I generally will look at the DXY if I want some type of confluence with what the USD is doing, but other than that, I just focus on what pair I'm trading. But yeah, that was a good move.
I just
today,
watch
Tyler.
the indexes. It's not something I watch. How much power? People calculate it. Take the last move and then apply half supply and then Abdul explained what he meant by the supply and demand calculations. And like the means, I think he means like the average. That's cool. I think like the fib levels, like if you see someone use fib levels, that's like does an automatic mathematical calculation. So like using the fib tool level might be what you're looking for, Abdul, but that's just not something that I use. I trade my level system and I aim for level to level moves. But all right, gang. Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night.
See you guys.
We'll see you guys next year.
Yes, next
Peace
year,
out, everybody. Next year, I believe. Hey, listen, if you want to stream next week, be my guest, but I don't think I'll be here.
Nah.
All right.
All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. Peace out. Peace and love. Happy New Year.